Oh boy, look at these flowers. I don't even think most people would even know that they're flowers. These look like weeds, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The pink one's in the background. Thistle. Huh. It's out at the front of my property. Oh boy, so pretty. It's weird how some of the trees start turning yellow so early. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Down at this end, my property is just, I don't know, it's a different kind of pretty. I like it. I really like it. There's mushrooms all over. It's really hard to determine which mushroom's which. So I just take a bite and see what happens. As long as it's not, if I can't recognize it as being a real poison one, I'll just take a bite. I think it's important that we get mushrooms in our diet to help our gut biome. And every kind of wild plant there is needs to be eaten if it's edible. We need a wide variety. We need to eat all the plants that are natural, growing around your place where you live. Been sprinkling and raining off and on all day. I didn't used to like the rain, but since I moved to Oklahoma, I love it. I love the rain. I like it when the sun shines, even when the wind blows. I used to hate the wind. I kind of like it now. I think that's why I like natural living, where you don't have trailers, cars, houses, or anything on your property. Just whatever you can use out of nature. Because then you get yourself, there are ways in nature to make your life comfortable. You have creeks, rivers, ponds that you can drink out of. You don't need running water. You have it in nature. And you just need to, you can use an axe or something, but chop down some poles and make a teepee. You build your fire inside the teepee, and you cook your meat over the fire. A lot of people don't realize that human beings must get the phytochemicals that are in these plants into their body. You must. It's imperative. That's how we are able to live and be healthy. Your body transfers these little phytochemicals into dopamine and serotonin and other polyphenols and different kinds of resveratrol and different things that not only are anti-aging, but they're mood enhancers. They make you high. Cannabinoids. Opioids are in a lot of plants. They don't necessarily, they're not always like a, when humans get hold of them, they extract what they like out of them and they lose their mind. It's a natural extraction. If you eat the plant whole, it just gives you well-being. If you ate it every day, you'd have absolute health and well-being. But one of the ways we get these substances, because human beings cannot digest the plants, because Yahweh cursed the ground so that they would not produce for us but thorns and thistles. And Jesus said, you don't get food from thorns and thistles. So how do we get the food into our bodies? Well, the cattle and the goats eat the grass and the leaves and the vegetation. They have stomachs that are capable of digesting all of these phytochemicals, and it goes into their meat. Not store-bought meat. It's genetically modified. It's killing you. But real goats that eat leaves right out in the natural world, and their fat is made up. What you eat is what you are. So a lot of people say, well, if you eat an animal, then you're an animal. No. You're eating what the animal eats. If you eat a fruit, what are you, a fruit? Yes, you're eating the phytochemicals, the little nano particles that are in there that attach to your DNA and give you that sequence genome, activate genome sequences that open up your full capacity to live. So since we can't digest a lot of these plants, we have to get them in the meat or in the milk. You find it in goat's milk and all these phytochemicals and stuff. It's all in there. The doctors have not even looked into these things. But that's what will give you well-being and happiness. Have a farm and eat the wild. The way we use plants is to use them as herbs, and we make teas out of them. But basically you need to get a goat and some cattle type thing, deer and those kinds of animals. Let them graze on the land, the local. They eat the flowers, they eat the leaves, they eat the grass. And then when you eat the meat and the fat that's in the meat, you're getting all those important nutrients. And the animal is able to break it down, make it into small nanoparticles that can get into your bloodstream and get to your brain and get into your body. Huh, guys? Yeah. Yep, well. This goes up to the backside. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to take a shortcut here through the forest and back to the place, back to the cabin. So beautiful, pleasant and peaceful. 7 more years, this whole world will be transformed into a paradise. Can't wait. I hope I can keep these pictures, all these videos, as a memory of what we used to have. things are going to be better, but I don't want to forget, things we went through, things we did. We'll be telling our great-grandchildren or whatever's going to happen in those days. We'll be looking back. Well, look at that tree. It was burned at the bottom, only so far up, still standing. This is the trail. His elbow points the way. Elbow connected to the arm bone. We'll have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow.